That's right, it is 7 years of CEW, and basically at this point 7 years of the CEW network. Technically this is meant to be April, but you know, it's 7 years of CEW, and honestly I think that's probably a better way of just kind of marking the years as they go on. But welcome to the CEW Podcast. I'm taking this off now. I bought this for the bit. I'm not even joking. I bought that, and I bought like 40 of these specifically just for this, because why not? In today's episode, we're going to just kind of talk about things, right? Like, because it's been 7 years of making content, of doing things, and quite frankly, it has been an absolute journey. There have been highs, there have been lows, there have been, you know, there have been successes, there have been failures, as are with most things in life, and I think it's worth talking about them relatively in depth and whatnot. But first of all, I just want to thank you all, because these last few years, like, what, late 2023 to now, so about like a year and a half, has been insane. It has genuinely been actually mental in terms of what we've been able to do on the channel, the content that's happened and whatnot. And like, now we're at a point where, you know, things are just starting, man. They really are. Like, things are just beginning, and I'm super excited for what the future holds. I can't lie to you. I can't really reveal much, and there are some things I'm going to be revealing today, and like some things I'm going to say. Are all of them good? Probably not, but they've got to be said. So yeah, let's kind of talk about it. So, a lot of you are new. A lot of you don't know the full journey. And I'm going to kind of like just sort of highlight it right now for you all. So, let's see. So, I started in 2018. I was making content from like, I think like February, March sort of time back in 2018. But that was just like random things. I did a video on like my top 6 favorite Pokemon or something like that. I then put them in Pokemon Showdown. I did a video like that. I did a bunch of videos of me doing stuff. I vlogged for a little bit. And, you know, I did all of that. And then, I was like, why don't I take my passion for wrestling, which had been a thing by that point for about like 7 years, 8 years, and why don't I take that, make characters on like a 2K game. I didn't have the money for a PS4, I can't lie to you. I know, big 2018, and bro still didn't even have a PS4. What the hell? It's big 2025 and I still don't have a PS5. Deal with it. But like, you know, so I got 2K14 on the Xbox 360, and I just sort of went from there. I made a roster of about 60 people. I did the first ever world title tournament starting on June 16th, 2018. And from there, we kind of just went on, right? Like, we moved over to 2K19 when that came out. I got a PS4, and I got 2K19, and we moved over to there. And that was sort of when everything changed for the channel, right? Like, with 2K14, it was just, like, friends I had made in the community, and connections I had, like, sort of made from watching other people stream. And, by the way, I don't know if bro's watching this, but if you are, yeah, shout-outs to Johnny Lopez one time. What an absolute legend. That guy is literally the reason why I'm doing core to this day. Like, just shout-outs to him. To be completely honest, I say this all the time, but shout-outs to him. You know, so I kind of hung around that community. I made some cool friends, some that are still here, some that unfortunately, you know, have kind of left and have done other things, but you know, that's how life works. You know, I've been doing this for 7 years. People are going to come and they're going to go, and that's just how things work. And around about sort of the 2K14 era was when things started getting crazy. I was streaming like 4-5 times a week. I was doing 2-3 hour streams every day, pretty much after school, on weekends, all of that stuff, right? Because I had a genuine passion for this, and I was gonna put my all into it. But doing streams and whatnot doesn't necessarily do anything, right? And we didn't really make much of a groundswell on the Byronite channel, which is still a thing. I don't think it's got anything old CEW related, unfortunately, but it is what it is. And well, for the best, I would say. There was like a what was it? It's like an 8-hour pay-per-view, King of the Ring. Hell no, never again. I'm not doing an 8-hour pay-per-view. What the hell? It's not WrestleMania 35. So, like, you know, there were some highs. Like, you know, that's where I kind of got, like, acknowledged by a lot of people within the community back in, like, the 2K19 days on the Byronite channel. But with that comes a lot of eyes, and with that comes a lot of people who don't share the same visions as you. And that was, like, the really hard pill to swallow for me. Was the bigger I got, and the more I started doing this, the more there were going to be people who wanted to be a part of the show. I would get them on the show, and then because we didn't share the same vision, or because we had different booking styles, or because the storylines that were being pitched to me didn't work with what I wanted to do, naturally things were going to turn a bit sour. And that has happened with a few people. And that's happened with probably more people than I'd like to admit. But that's, you know, the joys of being, what, 15, 16 on the internet? Like, let's be real here. I'm not going to get into the reasons why I moved from the Byronite channel to this channel, which was originally called Byronite Rebirth and then became the network a little bit later on. I'm not going to get into all of that, because that's, there's a personal thing, and you don't really need to, like, you know, it's not a big thing. It's just, I had my reasons for wanting to kind of get away from the community that I had harbored on the Byronite channel, and I needed a fresh start. And that was really kind of it. And then from there, we did CEW Season 3, which, cheap little plug, we are watching currently on the Creators Commentary series, which you can go ahead and check out by becoming a member for just 99p a month. You don't have to do it, but it'd be greatly appreciated if you could. Any support is greatly appreciated, and we will get onto that a little bit later on as well. And, you know, so Season 3 happens, and that was really good, and that was doing really well, but unfortunately, I wasn't doing very well. Let's just say, around about sort of the middle of 2019, I kind of hit my lowest as a person, mentally, and I just needed to take a step away. So, when it got to the point where I just didn't want to commentate anymore, which was just after CEW lockdown, I called it quits, and I was happy to just throw in the towel, call it a day, and that would have been my legacy within core and running a core show. And I ended up doing Universe Mode on 2K20 for a little bit, which was a fun time, and I've said this on one of the Creators Commentary episodes, that Universe Mode was a lot of fun, but it felt like divine intervention when that decided to, when that save file decided to delete. Because then I knew that I had two choices. I could either move back to 2K19 for the Universe Mode, because I didn't want to set everything else up on 2K20, or I could just, you know, do CEW again. But I was like, I wanted to kind of bring a new dynamic to core, right? I didn't just want to do the same show everybody else does. And so the unique selling point was a roster that was completely unique. My creations, my friends' creations, a roster you'd never see anywhere else. And that's where Retro was, right? In the Retro era on 2K20, as much as people like to rag on that game, 2K20 is, without a shadow of a doubt, the golden era of CEW. It just is. Right? Like, if we're going to talk about eras, I would say it goes the 2K20 era, where we're currently at, so the 2K23, 2K24 era, then it's the 2K19 era, then it's the 2K14 era, then it's the 2K22 era, because, yeah, we'll get on to 2K20. So, obviously, I'm on 2K20 for about, 3 years, I think it is? Or like 2 and a bit, because I'm there from about June 16th, 2020 and I think we move over to 2K22 in September of 21, I want to say. So, yeah, about 2 and a bit years. No, not 21, 22. Yeah, because there was no 2K21, so it would have been 2022. So, yeah, 2 and a bit years of 2K20 content. And I had the most amount of fun doing that, right? You know, because I don't really have any responsibilities. I was doing college. That was a thing that made sure that we were all indoors for pretty much most of that time. So I got to hang out with people. We got to work together. That formed the REW and the DLW partnerships. I was able to bring Kyle in for, you know, stuff. We then ended up partnering together. So SED ended up getting partnered, and so did Ring of Iron. And, you know, from there, MUW was created. DCW came back, but I think that was a little bit later on. Obviously, Europe Pro became a thing around about that sort of time too, and honestly, it was just a fun time. It was the most creative I think I've ever been, and I don't think anything can ever bring that era back. And maybe it's because we were all inside, maybe it's because we were a bit younger, but I don't think that spark is ever going to truly be as big as it was back in 2K20, and that's completely fine, because come 2K22, I'm a little bit burnt out. I have been hauling ass for so long. We're finally allowed to go back outside, and oh, boom, I'm doing my level 4 in terms of filmmaking. I've got a job now. I'm working 8.5 hours a day, 3 days a week, and I'm doing college twice a week as well. I don't have that much time to make content. And I'm trying to do more. I'm trying to be ambitious. I'm trying to bring people in, and, you know, sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. And again, that's life. And a lot of that kind of culminates in a very bad game as well. Like, 2K22 is not a good game, and I think we can all agree, because if I had to uninstall and reinstall that game 8 times just to be able to make calls, but I can make calls on 2K20 until the cows came home, which game is better for me? I think you know the answer. So, a bad game mixed with barely any time, mixed with trying to be ambitious and a lot of those plans failing, led to probably the least amount of content ever put out on a game. And to be fair, I don't blame myself for that one, to be honest. Like, honestly, like, 2K22 was just a bit mid, and yeah. So when 2K23 came out, and it felt different, right? Like, this one actually felt different. There was a spark lit under me when I got given that game. When I got given 2K23 by my good friend in the community, Jinku, shout outs to you. You know, there was a spark lit under me, and I knew that was the time where CEW was going to become a massive thing. And that's when I realized, why just make CEW a big thing when I can make this channel a big thing? And the rest, you know. The lock-in, right? The lock-in time, right? During uni, when I decide, I'm talking to my friend and he goes, you should start doing shorts. You should start doing more short-form content, wrestling think pieces. You should do what you want to do. And I do that. And we blow up. We go from like 400 subscribers to over 1,000 in about a month. Well, not in a month, in about a year. And that's insane. And we're still growing. Like, what, this year alone, I think we've had like 300-400 subscribers. I need to double check that, but I'm pretty certain in 2025 we've done that. I'll leave all of the factoids on the screen for you. If anything I say isn't right, I'll correct it, don't worry. And I've had a lot of fun. Obviously, I'm busy now. I have a job. It's 5 days a week. I'm up at like 3 o'clock in the morning to go to work. It's a bit of a struggle. But I'm still out here. I'm still getting content out to you guys. And, hey, we'll journey to Japan first. Journey to Japan will happen. Don't worry. There's just a lot of stuff that has to go on beforehand. Obviously, you've got the 7-year anniversary show to look forward to. That is being worked on at time of recording. I'm currently recording this on the 7th. So, who knows, it might all have already been out by the time this is out. But by the time that this is out, I am nearly 22 as well. Yeah, fun little factoid. CEW's birthday is one day after mine. My birthday's on the 15th of June. And yeah, this is probably going to be when this video comes out as well. So yeah, feel free to say happy birthday to me. It's a weird thing. You don't have to. Don't worry. But yeah, no, I turned 22. And that's going to be fun as well. Because I have plans in the next 3 years to do some cool things. And to, you know, make some moves in life. And just kind of do what I need to do to get the results I want to get in life. You know, this is kind of how it works. And the future looks bright, man. It really does. I know I'm slowing down a little bit on the think piece content, but it's just because there's not a lot to talk about wrestling-wise. I know it sounds crazy, but it's like Forbidden Door's coming up, and that's a lot to talk about, but it still feels too early to talk about that because All In's coming up in like a month's time. So it's kind of hard to discuss that when you've got All In. Even though I'm going to Forbidden Door. I feel like I've said this like 60 million times, but I am in fact going to Forbidden Door. And, you know, it's one of those things where it's like, when wrestling slows down, the channel doesn't. Because we have CEW, Europe Pro, the core review. I've got all of these shorts that are coming out. The goal is to have a single, like, one short every day, at least for June. And then if I decide to cut back to one every 2 days again, then it is what it is. But I want to at least be able to say I put out 30 shorts in 1 month. At least. Because there might actually be a few more dropping every now and then. Because obviously we've got Money in the Bank today, which I'm going to be doing short for. So if you see me wearing this lemon shirt again, because I'm wearing it for the core review, I'm going to be wearing it for the Money in the Bank stuff. I'm wearing it for this. If you see this lemon shirt a lot, it's because it's really sick, by the way. It's a really sick shirt. And I will be wearing it a lot. So just be prepared for that. It's the summer months. Of course I'm going to be wearing a lemon shirt. Come on now. But yeah, like, the future looks bright, things are good, and now is the time where I kind of just get a little bit sentimental. Honestly, from the bottom of my heart, thank you all so fucking much for being a part of the community. You know, whether you just watch the core reviews, or whether you watch, like, CEW, Europe Pro, the think pieces, even if you only just watch these podcasts, or whatever. Genuinely, I appreciate the hell out of it, because thanks to you, this channel got monetized, and I'm getting paid this month. I can't disclose, I don't think I'm legally allowed to disclose how much I'm getting paid. I think I'm allowed to, but I'm not sure. I'm not going to say because I don't fully know what the number is just yet, because I don't know if YouTube have taken their cut yet, but I'll know when I get paid, right? And that's all thanks to you guys. And, you know, that's a crazy feeling, right? Like, we've gotten to the point where I have got, like, I'm about to get my first paycheck from YouTube. And that's a crazy feeling. That is a sentence that, if you had told me 7 years ago that I would actually be getting paid from YouTube, even a penny, I would have gone, you're crazy. What you on about? Hell no. Like, what? But no, apparently that's the case. And yeah, we're getting paid. And that's sick. So yeah, thank you all. You know, it's been a long journey. It's been a journey that's not been easy. It's been full of drama and hardship and wanting to quit, not quitting, and having rough games and rough days and things not going to plan and all of that. But you guys have either stuck with me for years, you've either joined now, you've either joined in the last year, or you've been here for the full 7 years back when we were on the Byronite channel. And I appreciate each and every one of you. And just know that, hey, the best is yet to come. I feel like I say this every year, but it is the truth. The best is yet to come. I am now, you know, more focused than ever. Which is weird, because I have a job and that takes a lot of my focus. But I'm more focused than ever to get things out for you guys, because of stuff like the memberships. I feel like I have a commitment to keep up with that by having the memberships, and by having things of like, okay, I've got the Creators Commentary series where I want to do at least 2 episodes a month for you guys, maybe even more if I can. I want to try and do something cool I can't remember if I've still got it installed on my PlayStation. It's like, I was thinking about potentially doing something with 2K19, but if not, then we'll just use 2K20 for it, because I think that'd be really funny, which might be a members only thing. I will say the members only stuff isn't as highly edited. However, and I will say this, and again, this isn't like oh, please join the membership. I just kind of want to like verbalize and just kind of explain my thought process with it. The more people that sign up for the membership, the more focus I can put on it, because that's guaranteed income every month, right? That's a guaranteed amount of money that's going into my next paycheck from YouTube and like my next payout from YouTube. So the more people that become members, the more content that's going to be on there. And if I do have a really highly edited thing on there, I will give you a heads up. It is probably going to be on the $4.99 tier. So just letting you know that right now. And really, the membership just allows me to do things on this channel and to do things content-wise that might not necessarily appease the algorithm as much. Like, the creator's commentary just wouldn't fly. Like, it just wouldn't do well. But if I put it on the membership and people decide to pay for it, that's cool. It doesn't take me a long time to edit. It just takes me a little while to record it. And that, you know, it is what it is. But I think I've rambled on for long enough. It's been like 22 minutes. You guys have probably had like 7 ads, so I do apologize for that. I have no idea what's going on with the new YouTube mid-rolls. I've not really had enough data on it to kind of like determine if I need to kind of put it back into my own hands or not. But we'll see, we'll see. But thank you all for tuning in. More podcasts here, content here. I'll see if I can chuck a members thing here, just in case you guys can't access it for whatever reason. I'll try and chuck it here, or just a members only video, because that might be able to unlock it for you. I'll see if I can do that. If not, there won't be anything there, and I'll just be pointing at nothing, which would be really, really funny. See ya!